In this video, I will explain the concept of living at your edge to you. Now, living at your edge basically means that you have a maximum capacity load, a maximum capacity of work that you can do every day. And living at your edge, as it might suggest already, is using the work that you can do, the capacity, using it fully. So, for example, you've had the same routine for the past 2 years now. And you wake up in the morning, you go to school, you get home, you eat something, then you're tired, then you scroll for a few hours or play video games. And suddenly you feel bad with yourself because you feel you've wasted the whole day already. School wasn't that great, it was actually kind of boring. And now, how can you elevate your day? So, this is where the concept comes in. You want to do the hard things that you don't want to do and incorporate them into a new routine almost. Now, I wouldn't say it's exactly a routine because you can do different things at different days. It's about doing things that you're scared of. It's doing the things you're fearful of. So, for me, it was back then I had this girl that I always wanted to talk to. She sat in the class and I fantasized and daydreamed about how I would talk to her, how I would start a conversation with her. But I never actually talked to her. I just kept it inside my mind and then said and brushed it off with, okay, it's actually not that important anyway. There's a ton of girls, and why would I talk to her? And keep in mind, I was deeply attracted to her actually. But I was fearful. I was hiding the fear. So, what I would like you to do is dig up your fears. This means that you blatantly put your fears in front of you and say, okay, I'm scared of doing this, or I'm not doing this because I'm comfortable where I am. I'm actually lazy because I would rather play video games than to practice the piano. And now you will feel what is right for you. Would you rather be the guy pushing himself to do the harder tasks, to live the harder life? Or would you rather be the guy that lives every day like the past few years with the routine ingrained in him by society or family or whatever? With my routine back then, when I was about 13 years old, I can still remember I got home from school, ran up into my room, and then started playing video games. Maybe I got called for dinner or something right after, but I can still remember that every evening I would go to bed thinking, what have I actually done today? Because the truth is that most people feel like they haven't progressed a lot. If you ask your friends or look at yourself, honestly, it's enough, then you will see that you would rather have done different things, but you haven't. So, what I like to say here is if we're not going to do it in the next 48 hours, we're never going to do it. And this speaks truth, right? You've experienced this. You've picked out a task that you want to do, but you haven't set a clear date for it. And suddenly 1 day passes, 2 days pass, it's been a week, and suddenly it's not that important to you anymore. But you still want to do it. You've stayed fearful of doing it. Maybe you've just procrastinated, honestly. But we can say you're lazy about that, right? We don't want to sugarcoat it. I believe it's enough if I tell you that if you don't do the things that you want to do, then you deserve to feel unfulfilled at the end of the day. You should feel like you've wasted your day. Because honestly, that's what it is. So please progress. It's not about productivity, about the concept living at your edge, but it's about doing things that you want to do and doing as much of the things that you do want to do and as little of the things that don't give you any pleasure, any meaning, any progress. Because that is what it comes down to feeling fulfilled. It's not rocket science, right? So please, if I can encourage you to do one thing, it's just laying out your fears in front of you, saying, okay, I'm not doing this because I'm scared of it. I'm lazy. Okay, I'm not doing this because I'm scared of it, but I might regret it later. Because we know there's two pains we can choose in life, right? So the one thing is, the first pain. We can feel uncomfortable doing the thing. In the moment. After we've done the thing, it just fades. But the second pain is the pain of regret, and this hits much worse. If yeah, if you've got a girl in school, you surely know that if you don't talk to her, eventually she's gonna be gone. Now, maybe you've had this fairy tale relationship if you just would have talked to her, but you didn't. Now you can wonder the rest of your life about it. It's honestly quite sad when I think about how many guys are living a routine and feeling kind of empty, scrolling on their phone and having these, not even dreaming, right? Because I've experienced that the more I use social media, the less I dream. The less I've had this fasting before Easter with my mom, and I've quit social media for, I believe it was 1.5 months. Actually, dreamt more than I have the whole year before that. Just by quitting social media, just by quitting YouTube, just by not looking at the thumbnails. I didn't even overly consume anything. But with that, you can see it's quite hard to break away from habits that you have ingrained into you by the past 3 years of routine. So, do the hard things. This is the first one. Reduce the little things that you don't even enjoy, which seem little to you but will make a massive difference. If you've replaced the 1 hour of video games every day, which don't hurt so much, then you could replace this for learning the piano 1 hour a day with discipline. And suddenly, in 1 month, you can already play your first 3 songs just because you've learned. And if I say that you should do things that you want to do, it's not like eat the junk food, right? You sure would like to do it, but we don't get any fulfillment through it. After you're going to feel like it wasn't even worth it. It's instant gratification, and instant gratification is mostly never good. I also want to give you some practical advice and practical tips that you can just apply to your life right now. So what I've got here is a simple habit tracker that I've been tracking since the 13th April. And on this habit tracker it just says meditation, sports, creative outlets. Things like these that you want to make progress in. That means if you stay on consistently sports, you're gonna get stronger, you're gonna build muscle. If you're gonna practice the guitar, the piano every day, you will be better at playing the piano, and ultimately you want to be a person that gets many skills, right? You want to be the person that can almost do everything. So you can start right now doing it. And don't be scared saying to yourself, oh, I could never do this, I could never do that. And please don't think that you will have to stay consistent every day in the beginning. Now, you would want to work up until you can do the thing every day that you're scared of right now. So if you're scared of doing the sport or you're too lazy to do the sport, then it's about going twice a week to the gym, maybe even get the first step with the gym membership. Then you will go 3 times a week, 4 times a week until you can do the full week every day. Or you just do a workout at home because the gym's closed somehow. When I talk about the fulfilling days that you would want to have, it's also about the deeper purpose of yourself. Your purpose is your main quest right now. The thing where you want to get, where, you know, in video games there are these main quests, and you will solve one of the main quests, but then there's another one. After you've solved that, there's another one. And then at the end of the whole quest line, you're standing in front of the dragon and are this level 100 knight. So this is basically how I thought about life. So you have all these main quests. You will just do it. You will do the things to level up, to get stronger, until eventually you are that strong of a person, until you're that wholesome of a person as well, that you will have done everything and you've gotten so fulfilled with your life, with the things you did do, that you don't have to regret anything. Because you can look back at your younger self and think to yourself, I'm so glad he has started doing this, that he's started doing the MMA, that he started eating healthy. So please live at your age. It's not bad if you have a low work capacity right now, because it will get higher over time the more you do. The more failures you will have, the more you will actually grow in yourself. And then it's not important that you have this small of a work capacity. It's that you live on the full one, at the full edge of it. If there was a guy with this much work capacity and he only started doing things here and working up to here, whereas his maximum is right here, he might have done more work, but he didn't actually live at his edge. Do you get what I'm saying? It's better to be the guy living at his edge, even doing less stuff, than the maximum work capacity guy that does do more but isn't living at his edge. So, I hope this concept will benefit you in life. It surely has done for me. If you have a friend or know a friend that this video might help, please share it with them. Until then, stay safe and see you soon.